The problem is medical practice doesn't recognize that oneness. So most of the time, you go to a physician with rheumatoid arthritis or multiple sclerosis, for both of which there's plenty of evidence about the role of trauma and stress, but the doctor's never going to ask you about any of that stuff. They're just going to deal with the physical aspects of it, which they should deal with.
Right.
But they also need to look at the whole, what happened in this person's life and what's stressing them now, and how can we help with that part of it? That's they're missing the wholeness. Now, if you look at indigenous medicine,
yeah,
there's the medicine wheel, which consists of 4 quadrants.
Mm-hmm.
There's the physical, our physiology.
Mm-hmm.
There's the mental, which is our emotions and our thoughts. There's the social, which is our relationships with other people and other creatures. And then there's the spiritual, which is our connection with something greater than just our little ego, however you define that. And health, they say, depends on a balance between those 4 quadrants. Scientifically, that's totally true. But unfortunately, that science is largely ignored in medical training.
I'm sure, yeah. Well, especially now, a lot of our medicine has kind of been compromised, or I think our industry has,
Oh, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, and I don't, right.
I don't know, a 2-year-old kid gets frustrated, they get angry. If you give that kid the message that if you're angry, you can't be with me, the child is in an impossible dilemma. Am I going to separate myself from the person on whom my life depends, or will I push down my anger? Well, give that message to the kid often enough. What are they going to do? Depress their feelings. 30 years later, they're diagnosed with this disease called depression. Now, if you come to me with depression, I might decide that temporarily it might be a good idea for you to be on antidepressants. And I've taken them. They help me for a while, but it's not enough. But no, most of the time, it's just the industrial model. You come in, I got 5 minutes with you, here's the prescription, goodbye. Well, that doesn't deal with the underlying problem. It deals with the symptom, which may sometimes be helpful, sometimes it isn't. But whether it's helpful or not, it does not deal with the underlying dynamic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just where our society is, too. We've gone so far down this road, and It's just like, how do we... Yeah, back in the day, it's like, it seemed like if you were like, maybe this is crazy, but if you were like just a small group around a campfire, you could see if somebody was hurting. Everything was right there. You couldn't hide anything.
Not only that, you know what you would do? A friend of mine who I quote in the book, he's a part Lakota physician and psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Louis Malmadrona. And he said in the Lakota tradition, when somebody gets sick, the community says, thank you. Your illness represents some imbalance in our community. You're like the canary